Evening all, welcome back to Dust, and today we're going to do, well, to be honest, I was about to launch into a spiel. I'm not going to, I have no idea what's going on. I don't know where I am, I don't know what's going on. I have just lost all brain function at some point. Been away, been doing stuff away. And it's a funny thing when you come back to the life that you just were living like only a week ago. It kind of messes with your brain a bit. A lot of you are just like, oh, what's he on about now? What's this knobhead on about now? Well, it's I don't know. It's funny because every so often I have to go and do certain things for work that kind of take me away, and you live a completely different life. It's almost a bit like schizophrenia, if that's the right word. Because just all of a sudden your brain is completely switched to something else. So as I'm sat here now again in my house, because I haven't been in my house for a week, so burglars, you missed your chance. Anyway, I think the problem I get is it's not the easiest thing to kind of then remember what the hell was going on before, because it's a funny thing. Anyway, let me explain why I gave you that quite long, weird intro. Because Dust is a great example of that very thing. When you haven't played it for a while, it actually looks quite good, doesn't it? It's like one of these things when people cheat on their partners. Okay, here we go. This is going to be a good analogy. Here we go. But when you live every day and you have to see the same face every day, you have to see the same person coming out of the toilet, leaving something that just is not worth mentioning, you then think to yourself, this is not worth it. This can't be all there is to life, right? And then all of a sudden, your life will change. And something will happen and whatever. And then let's say it's a girlfriend, you break up with them and then you don't see them. And you're like, thank God they've gone. And you're just completely overwhelmed with joy that this annoying, hairy piece of shit is gone. And you're like then thinking, well, let the party begin. And that's like Dust. You thought to yourself, oh, thank God I'm free of this terrible narcotic-y game. And you walk off and you start playing other games. And all of a sudden, you'll be walking down the high street. You might have had a few drinks, which makes it even harder. And you'll see your woman, man, ex, whatever. And they'll be on the arm of someone else. And you'll be like, and you'll feel really low and down about that. And I think that has to be exactly how Dust is now. And again, the analogy continues. As Dust eventually will be switched off, there will be a moment where your lip will curl and you'll pout and you'll go, oh, I miss it a bit now. So I would just say to everybody, and that's literally how I feel at the moment about everything, is that now's the time to maybe play it. There is a chance that soon Dust won't be here. It will be, it will probably be Legion, but it doesn't matter because Legion will also be totally different to Dust. So I would invite everybody who still has the capability to play and who has the wish to play, even if they don't think they want to play, that you should be playing Dust a little bit. Just keep it installed and have a game from time to time, because you enjoyed it, right? I mean, you must, if you watch these videos, you must have been quite interested in the game at some point. I just honestly think keep it loaded and just play the odd game when you're completely bored and you've got half an hour. Because I think it's going to be that exact analogy will happen one day. Soon this annoying, pile of shitty, frustrating entity, be it Dust, be it annoying ex-girlfriends, whatever, will not be there anymore, and then you'll miss them, and that's unfortunately the sad point of this. Well, there we go. So what an interesting way to start a video as I sit here and sup my coffee, nursing a hangover from hell. Seriously, don't drink on planes. It is the worst thing you can do ever. And I shrivel up like a prune as well, so I'm sat there drinking lots of free booze, which is always very nice. But yeah, then you get off the plane, getting a headache and getting drunk at sort of like 30,000 feet. It messes with your mind, man. It really does. And I go through customs trying to look sober is not good as well. So just everything is not particularly well in House Pyrex at the moment. My head is really spinning. You get that weird drunk sensation when you kind of, you're lying on your bed and you know that the floor's not spinning around and that your house isn't in a tornado spinning around. But your brain's telling you something different. Yeah, I'm probably not a million miles away from that. But anyway, let's talk Dust. Oh my god, I don't half blabber on, don't I? I do apologise. I'm really grateful that people watch these videos, because I can only imagine what a twat I must come across as. And to be fair, I am generally a bit of a twat. I've always just been the kind of person that I guess I portray I am. There's no act here. I'm not kind of putting on silly voices to get views. I honestly am this very tired, drunk. Drunk. There you go. Anyway, so let's talk Dust. Now, I still am missing Dust. You know, when I was away, I did miss playing it. I don't know, it just forms part of my day routine. It just becomes something that you think to yourself, well, I've got a spare hour or so. Let's go and see what the guys are doing. Let's go and see what's going on. Let's go and see what the games are like. And I really do like that. I think to me that is something quite enjoyable. I honestly would say that, you know, people are always quite negative about, quote, lobby shooters. I don't know. I'm not. I think you do need that kind of pick up and play game from time to time, because, I mean, 10 years or 11 years of EVE, which is so far away from being a pick up and play game that it can see the curve of the earth. It's not designed to quickly log in and immediately gratify yourself with the unique selling points of the game. It's just absolutely not. It is a game that is designed to, you know, I guess, test the patience of a lot of people. And I think, you know, that is a patience testing machine or software. Because, yeah, I remember sort of the times when you'd spend, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 hours forming a fleet. 2 or 3 hours. Just process that in your head. 2 or 3 hours all sat docked or undocked, or, you know, drawing can cocks in space. I don't know. But you just would sit there and you'd be like, what is taking so long? And you'd be like, oh yeah, well, Fred's, you know, he's having dinner, his woman's a bit and you'd be like, oh my Christ, let's just go and kill something. And then maybe another hour later, so 4 hours in total on your Friday or your precious evening. And it's getting late and you're thinking, well, I've got that meeting in the morning, and if I look like I've woken up and I've still got my neck beard, I'm going to be in big trouble. You know, and this kind of, you know, I did think this all my life, and like, why am I going through this? Anyway, I digress. I was about to go off on a tangent. I managed to just snap myself back. And eventually then the, you know, fleet commander might decide to log on, because, you know, they are the coif-haired marketing people of the EVE universe, and they just log in. Right, let's go. Right, who we got? Let's go. And then you run a fleet. You fly around for about an hour, which is fun. You know, the flying around bit is actually fun. But not after like 60 minutes. Then you're like, on board, let's get a fight. You gank a couple of people on a gate. You don't even get the ability to lock. They're just dead immediately. Because some people are running insta-locking things to get kill mails, because they're kill mail whores. Absolutely no purpose to serve in the fleet. Bastards. And then you kind of, you know, you either go one of two ways. Either shit gets real and a massive fight happens, everything lags out, you crash while in picture frame mode. And you then, you know, restart your machine, hoping your ship's still there, and you're in a pod in space. Or you're dead and you're in a station. You know, that was pretty much the way these fights went down. Or, well, there's the third option, but I'll come to that. Or you have that incredible fun where everybody gives up and everybody just flies home. Or there is this final option, which I forgot because it so rarely happened. You would have a good fight in a good system against the same style of fleet, and you would just sit there and go, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. And you would then enjoy the game. And that was EVE for me. That was literally how it was. And that final third option in 11 years probably happened 3-4 times, maybe 5, and everything else was just a gank. Everything else was just a numbers game, and it was boring as hell. And I think it was just that love, that desire to have one game that goes perfectly well, that you would then say, oh my god, that was amazing, that we played for. And I think that was pretty much what everybody was playing for, was that golden moment that might happen. But I think you've got more chance of seeing Jesus roller skating down Fifth Avenue than you have seeing that kind of thing happen regularly. And I think that's the problem. And same with Dust. I mean, I guess that's why Dust to me maybe is a good place to be, because you are guaranteed, the system is there to make it a quick fight. So don't necessarily downplay the lobby shooter. It isn't bad. There are its positives and its pros and cons, obviously. But I think certainly when you look at what you get from dust when you want to get it, you dictate that way better than Eve. So I just wanted to share that thought with you. That was something I had as a drunken rambling moment next to the person sat next to me. I was trying to explain to them what dust was and that, and I could tell they were just wanted to sleep, which just made me want to try even harder to annoy them. Anyway, there we go. Hope you enjoyed that, and sorry if you were that person on that flight.